getting back to like the DC versus Marvel crossover event that kind of started this off, where it was just like the two brothers that just kind of like they have like they kind of have like this friendly it's like a gentleman's agreement that they kind of do, except the stakes are very real, where they declare that they're gonna have all these battles, right, between the best superheroes that they have, and they end up deciding, okay, well, what's the stakes? It's almost like trading places, like how
Yeah.
Mortimer and the other guy, like they make the bet for $1 over like
Yeah.
whether or not they can whether they can like ruin somebody's life and then like
Yeah.
replace him with like a homeless guy, and then like make and then the home and like everything would be like basically the same except like reversed,
Yeah.
where like the stakes between this is like, all right, well, like they won't fight to the death, but whoever's team wins, like their universe gets to go on, and then the other universe is just destroyed.
Yeah.
It's like, what the? It's like, you can't do that. That's so messed up on so many levels. Like,
Yeah.
like you're just like, oh yeah, we could just kill everything in the universe, and I don't know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of it too is really unfair for the Marvel side because, I mean, Superman is pretty much a Deus Ex Machina. I don't think there's really much in the Marvel universe that contend with him because, I mean, pretty much like
I mean,
every comic alludes to the fact that Superman is basically God. Like
yeah,
he's like the only person that could ever kill Superman was friggin' Doomsday. Otherwise he only has like his one weakness is Kryptonite, and that's like, that's the only thing. And Doomsday was the only one that actually could beat him by like brute strength because that's how strong he is.
Well, because he's also like of Kryptonian descent,
Yes.
and where, I mean, also like even the green kryptonite, like in certain storylines, like certain like Superman, like I guess more of like the recent ones, Superman isn't as like deathly weak to it as he was in earlier ones. Like in a lot of like Superman things that you'll see or you'll read, like the second that the green kryptonite shows up, even if the person was like holding it in their pocket the entire time, like, and he has no problem. This I always thought was stupid. If like Lex Luger, oh god,
Lex Luger?
If Lex Luger jumps out of the Lex Express with like friggin' with kryptonite like armbands, then Superman can't do a damn thing about it, and then WCW goes out of business. No, and then Scott Steiner shows up and does like a triple double axel equal axe. So his 36,000. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, no, Lex Luthor. If Lex Luthor is wearing a 3-piece suit and like Superman has no problem like kicking his ass, and then like within the next shot, he takes like the tiniest sliver of like kryptonite out of his like pocket, which I highly doubt that like those layers of clothing would really like stop the radiation from doing anything. But the second that Superman like glimpses this thing, he like immediately starts like dying.
Yeah.
Which I always thought that was the dumbest thing in the world.
Maybe Superman's like weakness to kryptonite is like completely psychosomatic. Like he doesn't like actually have any weakness to it, but he thinks he does. So it like his superpowered brain just like makes his powers go away and like kill and like hurts him.
I mean,
it's like completely psychosomatic.
It could.
Um,
It could.
I think they did it. Well, they did do. I forget. It was the DC animated universe. I think they did a storyline either in the Superman cartoon or in Justice League or Justice League Unlimited. I think where Lex Luger ended up actually having like cancer. Or
Lex
something.
Luger. Yes. No, you're on the
Lex Luger. Yeah. Now I'm on it. He started something with that. That was a Robot Chicken bit where like Superman like keeps getting tricked into saving people just so they can take a picture and go viral, right? And so, like, this one kid goes like, "Hey, Superman, Lex Luger just planted a bomb in the middle of town." and like, and then Superman's like, at this point, like, you know, it's like the boy who cried wolf. He's like, oh, Lex Luger, the wrestler, really? And then like Lex Luger, the actual wrestler, like beats the shit out of him, and like it starts parading around with a bomb in the middle of town.
I gotta see.
But anyway, it was pretty hilarious. But yeah, so like I think they did a gimmick or a story. Yeah, gimmick. Now I'm like stuck on the wrestling thing. They did a storyline in
it always
DC.
comes back to wrestling.
The DC animated where Lex actually ended up having like cancer or something from all the years of carrying the kryptonite around with him.
Oh wow!
He ended up getting like cancer or something from it, and like had to like. I forget what he builds, like a robotic suit that somehow like stops his cancer from spreading. It's some weird, like convoluted, you know, comic book storyline, but like it was like, wow, that's like pretty dark. Like,
yeah. Do you mean like the big? Do you mean like the big mech suit that he like fights Superman with?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, I don't know. He was like something that he was wearing. It was like, it wasn't even that big of a suit. I don't think it was like a regular suit. Like, but it was like almost like a skin. Like, I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird storyline.
Okay.
It's like all the it's again for a freaking. I'm pretty sure it was the DC animated. So either Superman, the animated series, or Justice League Unlimited or something.
I mean, the animated series, they were allowed to be darker, and like they didn't.
Yeah, they were
like, but like they still held the boundary between where it was okay for kids, but it was also like great for adults too. So like everybody could sit down and enjoy it. Like as a 30-year-old, I still enjoy watching the animated movies the animated shows just as much as I did as a kid, if not more.
Yeah, Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker was like amazing. Like,
oh yeah, that was really good too. Just all of it.
And the Batman the animated series was one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid. You know, it was so good. That's like why I love Batman, because of that. Like, you know, that's Kevin Conroy is my Batman. He's my headcanon Batman forever. You know, like
oh yeah, I totally agree. And Mark Hamill as the Joker. I like just. There's nothing that stops that. Like if I'm reading a comic, those are the voices that I hear in my head when like as I'm reading the words.